slide. And yet we move. Planescape Torment, the chattiest of the Infinity Engine games. We're playing on as easy a mode as we can compose, but all our easy settings turned on here. Of course we'll enable cloud saves. Yes, naturally. Yeah, showing me health status too. That's not a classic Infinity Engine thing either. But our difficulty's down at 1, and our general rules are all cranked up to be in our favor. Got the font size turned way up. Got a few settings tweaked. But since combat's going to be a non-issue, we don't need to worry about dumping our non-combat or our combat stats in favor of our conversational stats, which it gets you further in this game anyway. Unlike Baldur's Gate, this game is full of attribute checks, and most of them are intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. We climb off of the slab in the mortuary, and a floating skull approaches.
You playing corpse or you putting the blinds on the dusties? I thought you were a debtor for sure.
One, who are you? Who am I? How about you start? Who are you? I don't know, I can't remember. You can't remember your name? Huh. Well, next time you spend a night in this burg, go easy on the bum. Name's Mort. I'm trapped in here too. Trapped? Yeah, since you haven't had time to get your legs yet, here's the chant. I've tried all the doors and this room is locked tighter than a chastity belt. We're locked in. Where? What is this place? It's called the mortuary. It's a big black structure with all the architectural charm of a pregnant spider. The mortuary? What? Am I dead? Not from where I'm standing. You got scars aplenty, though. Looks like some Burke painted you with a knife. All the more reason to give this place the laugh before whoever carves you up comes back to finish the job. Scars? How bad are they? Well, the carvings on your chest aren't too bad, but the ones on your back... Mort pauses. Say, looks like you got a whole tattoo gallery on your back, Chief. Spells out something. Tattoos on my back. What do they say? Looks like you come with directions. Mort clears his throat. Let's see. It starts with, I know you feel like you've been drinking a few kegs of Styx wash, but you need to center yourself. Among your possessions is a journal that'll shed some light on the dark of the matter. Farad can fill you in on the rest of the chant, if he's not in the dead book already. Farad? Does it say anything else? Yeah, there's a bit more. Mort pauses. Let's see. It goes on. Don't lose the journal. We'll be up to Styx again. And whatever you do, do not tell anyone who you are or what happens to you, or they'll put you on a quick pilgrimage to the crematorium. Do what I tell you. Read the journal, then find Farad. No wonder my back hurts. There's a damn novel written there. As for what journal I'm supposed to have with me, was there one with me while I was lying there? No, you were stripped to the skins when you arrived here. Besides, it looked like you got enough of a journal pinned on your body. What about Farrad? Do you know him? Nobody I know, but then again, I don't know many people. Still, Sunberg's gotta know where to find Farrad. Once we get out of here, that is. How do we get out of here? Well, all the doors are locked, so we'll need the key. Chances are one of the walking corpses in this room has it. Walking corpses? Yeah, the mortuary keepers use dead bodies as cheap labor. The corpses are dumb as stones, but they're harmless and won't attack you unless you attack first. Is there some other way? I don't want to kill them just for a key. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Hurt their feelings? They're dead. But if you want a bright side to this, if you kill them, at least they'll have a rest before their keepers race them up to work again. Well, alright. I'll take one of them down and get the key. Well, before you do that, arm yourself first. I think there's a scalpel on one of the shelves around here. Alright, I'll look for one. One last thing, these corpses are slow as molasses, but getting punched by one of them's like being kissed by a battering ram. They start to get an edge on you. Remember, you can run and they can't. Use it to get some distance if you need to recover. Alright, thanks for the advice. Back in the 90s, we were zoomed in like this. We didn't get that broad display. The game does sustain such zoom levels, though, which is pretty cool. Looks great. Zooming in real close. Check that shit out. Wow. That wonderful Mark Morgan soundtrack playing. This one less ripped off from Aphex Twin than Fallout's. There's a scalpel. Alright, you found the scalpel. Now go get those corpses. And don't worry, I'll stay back and provide valuable tactical advice. Maybe you could help me, Mort. I will be helping you. Good advice is hard to come by. I meant help in attacking the corpse. Alright then. Time to introduce these corpses to the second death then. Let's go. I only want to take down one. Only the one I truly need to. Examine the corpse, see if it has a key. It doesn't appear to be carrying a key. It doesn't look like it'd be able to use one if it did. Its fingers are broken as if someone smashed them with a hammer. We do notice that his left shoulder is heavily bandaged. The bandages might be usable if the corpse was disposed of first. It was great talking to you. Leave the corpse in peace. I think talking to corpses is chaotic. We don't want to be chaotic, necessarily. Examine the corpse. Leave the corpse in peace. Examine the corpse. I need that key, corpse. Looks like you're not long for this world. Whoa. Went straight into it. Wow. Wham. Now, I noticed that I started out here with 20 hit points. I don't know if that was the case in the original version of this game. I think you might have started with a considerably lower hit point total if you had a terrible constitution like I do. Feels a little... Yeah, psst. Some advice, Chief. I keep it quiet from here on. No need to put any more corpses in the dead book than necessary, especially the femmes. Plus, killing them might draw the caretakers here. I don't think you mentioned before. Who are these caretakers? They call themselves the Dustmen. You can't miss them. They have an obsession with black and rigor mortis of the face. They're an addled bunch of ghoulish death worshippers. They believe everybody should die, sooner better than later. I'm confused. Why do these Dustmen care if I escape? Weren't you listening? I said the Dusties believe everybody's got to die, sooner better than later. You think the corpses you've seen here are happier in the dead book than out of it? These corpses I've seen here, where'd they all come from? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to these caretakers after death. Do we read this whole line? Death visits the plains every day, Chief. These shamblers are all that's left of the poor sods who sold their bodies to the caretakers after death. Before you said something about making sure I didn't kill any female corpses. Why? What, are you serious? Look, Chief, these dead chits are the last chance for a couple of hardy bashers like us. We need to be chivalrous. No hacking them up for keys, no lopping their limbs off, things like that. Last chance, what are you talking about? Chief, they're dead, we're dead. See where I'm going, eh? No, I don't actually. Chief, we already got an opening line with these limping ladies. We've all died at least once. We've all had something to talk about. They'll appreciate men with our kind of death experience. Wait, didn't you say before that I'm not dead? Well, alright, you might not be dead, but I am. And from where I'm standing, I don't mind sharing a coffin with some of these fine sinewy cadavers I see here. Mort starts clacking his teeth as if in anticipation. Of course, the caretakers would have to part with them first, and that's not likely. But where did all these corpses come from? Alright, I'll try and remember that. Listen, Chief, it's obvious that you're still a little addled after your kiss with death, so I got 2 bits of advice for you. 1, if you got questions, ask me, alright? Alright, if I have any questions, I'll ask you. 2nd, if you're half as forgetful as you seem to be, start writing stuff down. Whenever you come across something that might be important, jot it down so you don't forget it. If I had that journal I was supposed to have with me, I'd do that. Start a new one then, Chief. No loss. There's plenty of parchment and ink around here to last you. Alright, it couldn't hurt. I'll make you a new one then. I'll make a new one then. Use it to keep track of your movements. You ever start to get cloudy on important things like who you are, or more importantly, who I am? Use it to refresh your memory. Alright, I got it. Let's go. The classic. Updated my journal. Very nice. Some of these zombies are not important exactly, but they're not all the same. Psst. You see the way she was looking at me? Huh? You see that? The way she was following the curve of my occipital bone? You mean that blank-eyed, beyond-the-grave stare? Why, are you blind? She was scouting me out. It was shameless the way she wanted me. Wanted you to go away, maybe. She was obviously too distracted by me to pay attention to some stupid bobbing head with a big mouth. I think you're imagining things. She's a zombie, a corpse, a dead person. You probably don't even register to her senses. I think you and your imagination need some time away from each other. Yeah, whatever. When you've been dead as long as I have, you know the signals. They may be too subtle for you to pick up on, but why will I be spending my nights with some luscious recently dead chit while you're standing around going, huh? What's going on? Where's my memories? Whatever, Mort, let's go. Can I talk to Mort already?
What's up? Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Can you read what's tattooed on my back again? Come on, Chief. Don't tell me you forgot already. I just need to refresh my memory. Farad. Keep going. And there wasn't a journal on me when I woke up. No, you were stripped. And you sure don't know anyone named Farad. Nope. Still, Sunberg's gotta know where to find him. Let's ask around after we get out of here. Before we go, I had some other questions. What is this place again? It's called the mortuary. Alright, some other questions. Okay. Interesting. How do I use these bandages? You use them. Staunch bleeding and all that. So I don't have access to his full conversations yet, I don't think.
I'm gone.
This corpse is lumbering along a triangular path. Once it reaches one of the corners of the triangle, it pauses, then turns and staggers toward the next corner. It has 965 tattooed on the side of its skull. As we approach, it halts and stares at us. Looks like someone forgot to tell this side to stop walking the rule of threes. What do you mean? These corpses don't have much left in the attic, so they can't do much more than one task at a time. When they're told to do something, they'll keep doing it until someone tells them to stop. This boss Sod probably finished some task and they forgot to tell him. Who gives them their commands? Says something about the rule of threes. What you mean by that? Well, the rule of threes is one of them laws about the planes, about things tending to happen in threes. Everything's composed of 3 parts, so there's always 3 choices, and so on and so forth. You don't sound like you hold much faith in it. It's a load of hogwash, if you ask me. You look for a number, any number, you try to attach some great meaning to it, you're going to find plenty of coincidences. I see. Before you said something to put this corpse to a task and forgot to tell them to stop. Who gives them their orders? Either their caretakers here or whatever necromancer raised them out of the dead book. Probably one of the caretakers here. They're the ones who need the cheap labor after all. Understood. I want to examine this zombie a bit more. So, no, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to become more chaotic. Don't talk to the zombies. Roll of bandages in its hand. Try and take the bandages from the zombie. Whoosh, we snake our hand out and take the roll of bandages from the corpse's hand. It doesn't even seem to notice. It continues going through the motions of bandaging the bodies. Leave the corpse in peace. She's got a braid. No. None of that. She's got a note. Try and pull the note out. The note has mingled with the ichor in the zombie's mouth. If we tried to pull the paper out through the cross stitches, it would tear the paper to shreds. Hacking up the corpse to get at it looks like it would destroy the note. We'll need to find a delicate way to remove the stitches before removing the note. Scalpel. We got a note. Leave the corpse in peace. Use 1201. There's markings in each corner. 1201. Upper right. 2. Lower right. Oh. Low upper left. And then 1 is upper right. Open the sides of the pyramid that it forms. We peel back the sides of the pyramid and the paper disintegrates to dust. Inside is a small triangle-shaped earring. It catches the light and gleams brightly. Take the triangle earring. Very nice. It was hidden inside a piece of paper somehow. Oops. Flicker, flicker, flicker. Flicker, flicker. The triangle earring. We have no idea how to identify it at this point. Our lore is too low. Leave the corpse in peace. This book is huge. It must contain thousands of names. Doll. The scribe looks very old. His skin is wrinkled and has a slight trace of yellow, like old parchment. Charcoal gray eyes lie within an angular face, and a large white beard flows down the front of his robes like a waterfall. His breathing is ragged and irregular, but even his occasional coughing does not slow down the scratchings of his quill pen. Greetings. Whoa, Chief, what are you doing? I was just going to speak with this scribe. He might know something about how I got here. Look, rattling your bone box with Dusty should be the last thing. Before Morgan finishes his rant, the scribe begins coughing violently. After a moment or two, the coughing spell dies down, and the scribe's breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. And we especially shouldn't be swapping the chant with sick Dusties. Come on, let's leave. The quicker we get this place to laugh, the better. Before Mort can finish, the scribe's gray eyes flicker to us. The weight of years hangs heavy upon me, restless one. He places down his quill. But I do not yet count deafness among my ailments. Restless one, do you know me? Know you? There's a trace of bitterness in the scribe's voice as he speaks. I have never known you. I've never known you, restless one. No more than you have known yourself. He is silent for a moment. For you have forgotten, have you not? Who are you? As always, the question, and the wrong question, as always. He bows slightly, but the movement suddenly sends him into a bout of coughing. He pauses for a moment, catches his breath. I am Doll. Perhaps you can answer some questions for me, Doll. Very well. What do you wish to know? What is this place? You are in the mortuary, restless one. Again, you have come. Before he can finish, he breaks into a fit of coughing. After a moment, he calms himself, and his breathing resumes its ragged wheeze. This is the waiting room for those about to depart the shadow of this life. Tell me about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to care for the dead, those who have left this shadow of life and walk the path to true death. Doll's voice drops in concern. Your wounds must have exacted a heavy toll if you do not recognize this place. It is almost your home. Shadow of life. Yes, a shadow. You see, restless one, this life, it is not real. Your life, my life, they are shadows, flickerings of what life once was. This life is where we end up after we die, and here we remain, trapped, caged, until we can achieve the true death. True death. True death is non-existence, a state devoid of reason, of sensation, of passion. Del coughs and gives a ragged breath, a state of purity. Sounds like oblivion. Why would anyone want that? Is it worse than remaining in this shadow of what life once was? I think not. Shadow of life, yes. What makes you think this life isn't real? What makes you think this life is real? Look inside yourself. Do you not feel something lacking? Dahl shakes his head. This is a purgatory. There is only sorrow here, misery, torment. These are not the elements that make up life. They are part of the cage that traps us in this shadow. I think your fatalism has gotten the better of you. Those elements are part of life, but not the whole of it. Dahl shakes his head. Passions carry weight. They anchor many to this shadow of life. As long as one clings to emotion, they will be continually reborn into this life, forever suffering, never knowing the purity of true death. I see. How does one escape the cycle of rebirth and achieve this true death? Kill your passions. Strip yourself of the need for sensation. When you are truly cleansed, and the cycle of rebirth will end, and you achieve peace. Dahl sighs. It sounds like a death rattle in his throat. Past these shells of ours, past the eternal boundary, lies the peace that all souls seek. The eternal boundary? The boundary between the shadow of this life and the true death. Wow. Had some other questions. How did I get here? Dahl snorts in contempt as if he finds the memory repugnant. Your moldy chariot ferried you to the mortuary, Restless One. You would think you were royalty based on the number of loyal subjects that lay stinking and festering upon the cart that carried you. I arrived here on a cart?
Updated my journal.
Yes, your body was somewhere in the middle of the heap, sharing its fluids with the rest of the mountain of corpses. He breaks into another violent fit of coughing, finally catching his breath minutes later. Your seneschal Farad was, as always, pleased to accept a few moldy coppers to dump the lot of you at the mortuary gate. It doesn't sound like you like Farad much. There are some I respect, Restless One. Dahl takes a ragged breath and steadies himself. Farad is not one of them. He wears his ill repute like a badge of honor and takes liberties with the possessions of the dead. He is a knight of the post, cross-trading filth of the lowest sort. Knight of the post? A knight of the post, Dahl coughs. A thief. All Farad brings to their walls comes stripped of what little less of their dignity than they possessed in life. Farad takes whatever he may pry from their stiffening fingers. Did this Farad take anything from me? Dahl pauses, considering. Most likely. Are you missing anything, especially of value? His voice dips as he frowns. Not that Farad would take exception to anything that wasn't physically grafted to your body, and sometimes even that's not enough to give his greedy mind pause. Turn the game audio up a lot. I am missing a journal. A journal? If it was any value, then it likely lies in Farad's hands. Where can I find this Farad? If events persist as they have, Restless One, you have a much greater chance of Farad finding you and bringing you to us again before you find whatever ooze puddle he wallows in this time. Nevertheless, I must find him. A slight warning creeps into Dahl's tone. Do not seek out Farad, Restless One. I am certain that it will simply come full circle again, with you none the wiser, and Farad a few coppers richer. Accept death, Restless One. Do not perpetuate your cycle of misery. I have to find him. Do you know where he is? Dahl is silent for a moment. When he finally speaks, he seems to do so reluctantly. I do not know under which gutterstone Farad lairs at the moment, but I imagine that he can be found somewhere beyond the mortuary gates, in the hive. Perhaps someone there will know where you can find him. What can you tell me about the mortuary? There's other things. What can you tell me? Can you tell me how to get out of here? The front gate is the most obvious exit, but they will not let anyone other than dustmen pass. Dahl breaks into a ragged cough, then continues. One of the guides by the front gate has a key to it, but it is unlikely that he will open it for you unless you are extremely persuasive. Do you know who I am?
My journal.
I know scant little of you, Restless One. I know little more of those who have journeyed with you, and who now lie in our keeping. He sighs. I ask that you no longer ask others to join with you, Restless One. Where you walk, so walks misery. Let your burdens be your own. There are others who've journeyed with me, and they are here.
Updated my journal.
Do you not know the woman's corpse interred in the memorial hall below? I had thought that she had traveled with you in the past. He looks like he's about to start coughing again, then catches his breath. Am I mistaken? Where is her body? The Northeast Memorial Hall on the floor below us. Check the biers here. Her name should be on one of the memorial plaques. Mayhap that will revive your memory. I don't know. I don't recall ever traveling with a woman. He makes no response to this. He simply stares at us in silence. Before, you said that others were interred here who journeyed with me. Where are they? Doubtless there are, but I know not their names nor where they lie. One such as you has left a path many have walked and few have survived. Doll gestures around us. All dead come here. Some must have traveled with you once. I find no fault in your reasoning. Do you know who I am? What do you do here? I am a scribe, a cataloger of all the shells that come to the mortuary. He coughs again and takes a deep breath. As long as the stream of corpses flows through the mortuary, I shall remain at my post. You say you do not recognize. You've been here more than once. How is it the dustmen do not recognize me?
Journal.
I am the one that catalogs the shells that come to our halls, restless one. Doll breaks into a fit of coughing, then steadies himself. Only I see the faces of those who lie upon our slabs. The dark of your existence lies safe with me. Tell me more about the mortuary. This is where the dead are brought to be interred or cremated. It is our responsibility as dustmen to... Yeah. Dustmen. Other questions? You sound ill. You not well? I am close now to the true death, restless one. It will not be long before I pass beyond the eternal boundary and find the peace I have been seeking. I tire of this mortal sphere. He gives a ragged sigh. The plains hold no more wonders for one such as I. You certain I might be able to help you? I do not wish to live forever, nor live again, restless one. I could not bear it. Very well. Farewell, Doll. As we turn to leave, Doll speaks. Know this. I do not envy you, restless one. To be reborn as you would be a curse that I could not bear. You must come to terms with it. At some point your path will return you here. Doll coughs, the sound rattling in his throat. It is the way of all things, flesh and bone. And perhaps we'll meet again, Doll. Very nice. Well, that's a good start. Why don't we wrap it there? I'll see you soon.